To have. Had, had.
To have. Had, had.
To be. Was, were, been.
To be. Was, were, been.
To go. Went, gone.
To go. Went, gone.
To get. Got, got.
To get. Got, got.
To see. Saw, seen.
To see. Saw, seen.
To come. Came, come.
To come. Came, come.
To make. Made, made.
To make. Made, made.
To do. Did, done.
To do. Did, done.
To know. Knew, known.
To know. Knew, known.
To take. Took, taken.
To take. Took, taken.
To think. Thought, thought.
To think. Thought, thought.
To tell. Told, told.
To tell. Told, told.
To say. Said, said.
To say. Said, said.
To give. Gave, given.
To give. Gave, given.
To write. Wrote, written.
To write. Wrote, written.
To find. Found, found.
To find. Found, found.
To begin. Began, begun.
To begin. Began, begun.
To show. Showed, shown.
To show. Showed, shown.
To keep. Kept, kept.
To keep. Kept, kept.
To leave. Left, left.
To leave. Left, left.
To hear. Heard, heard.
To hear. Heard, heard.
To hold. Held, held.
To hold. Held, held.
To sit. Sat, sat.
To sit. Sat, sat.
To stand. Stood, stood.
To stand. Stood, stood.
To mean. Meant, meant.
To mean. Meant, meant.
To feel. Felt, felt.
To feel. Felt, felt.
To eat. Ate, eaten.
To eat. Ate, eaten.
To buy. Bought, bought.
To buy. Bought, bought.
To break. Broke, broken.
To break. Broke, broken.
To bring. Brought, brought.
To bring. Brought, brought.
To catch. Caught, caught.
To catch. Caught, caught.
To choose. Chose, chosen.
To choose. Chose, chosen.
To drink. Drank, drunk.
To drink. Drank, drunk.
To drive. Drove, driven.
To drive. Drove, driven.
To feed. Fed, fed.
To feed. Fed, fed.
To fly. Flew, flown.
To fly. Flew, flown.
To forget. Forgot, forgotten.
To forget. Forgot, forgotten.
To fight. Fought, fought.
To fight. Fought, fought.
To grow. Grew, grown.
To grow. Grew, grown.
To hit. Hit, hit.
To hit. Hit, hit.
To lose. Lost, lost.
To lose. Lost, lost.
To meet. Met, met.
To meet. Met, met.
To pay. Paid, paid.
To pay. Paid, paid.
To send. Sent, sent.
To send. Sent, sent.
To sleep. Slept, slept.
To sleep. Slept, slept.
To sell. Sold, sold.
To sell. Sold, sold.
To spend. Spent, spent.
To spend. Spent, spent.
To speak. Spoke, spoken.
To speak. Spoke, spoken.
To teach. Taught, taught.
To teach. Taught, taught.
To throw. Threw, thrown.
To throw. Threw, thrown.
To understand. Understood, understood.
To understand. Understood, understood.
To win. Won, won.
To win. Won, won.
To wear. Wore, worn.
To wear. Wore, worn.
To awake. Awoke, awoken.
To awake. Awoke, awoken.
To bite. Bit, bitten.
To bite. Bit, bitten.
To blow. Blew, blown.
To blow. Blew, blown.
To bear. Bore, born.
To bear. Bore, born.
To draw. Drew, drawn.
To draw. Drew, drawn.
To fall. Fell, fallen.
To fall. Fell, fallen.
To forbid. Forbade, forbidden.
To forbid. Forbade, forbidden.
To forgive. Forgave, forgiven.
To forgive. Forgave, forgiven.
To freeze. Froze, frozen.
To freeze. Froze, frozen.
To hide. Hid, hidden.
To hide. Hid, hidden.
To lie. Lay, lain.
To lie. Lay, lain.
To ring. Rang, rung.
To ring. Rang, rung.
To ride. Rode, ridden.
To ride. Rode, ridden.
To rise. Rose, risen.
To rise. Rose, risen.
To sing. Sang, sung.
To sing. Sang, sung.
To sink. Sank, sunk.
To sink. Sank, sunk.
To see. Saw, seen.
To see. Saw, seen.
To saw. Sawed, sawn.
To saw. Sawed, sawn.
To sow. Sowed, sown.
To sow. Sowed, sown.
To shear. Sheared, shorn.
To shear. Sheared, shorn.
To shake. Shook, shaken.
To shake. Shook, shaken.
To show. Showed, shown.
To show. Showed, shown.
To shrink. Shrank, shrunk.
To shrink. Shrank, shrunk.
To sow. Sowed, sown.
To sow. Sowed, sown.
To spring. Sprang, sprung.
To spring. Sprang, sprung.
To stink. Stank, stunk.
To stink. Stank, stunk.
To steal. Stole, stolen.
To steal. Stole, stolen.
To stride. Strode, stridden.
To stride. Strode, stridden.
To strive. Strove, striven.
To strive. Strove, striven.
To swim. Swam, swum.
To swim. Swam, swum.
To swell. Swelled, swollen.
To swell. Swelled, swollen.
To swear. Swore, sworn.
To swear. Swore, sworn.
To tear. Tore, torn.
To tear. Tore, torn.
To tread. Trod, trodden.
To tread. Trod, trodden.
To wake. Woke, woken.
To wake. Woke, woken.
To weave. Wove, woven.
To weave. Wove, woven.
To arise. Arose, arisen.
To arise. Arose, arisen.
To backslide. Backslid, backslid.
To backslide. Backslid, backslid.
To beat. Beat, beat.
To beat. Beat, beat.
To bend. Bent, bent.
To bend. Bent, bent.
To bind. Bound, bound.
To bind. Bound, bound.
To bleed. Bled, bled.
To bleed. Bled, bled.
To breed. Bred, bred.
To breed. Bred, bred.
To broadcast. Broadcast, broadcast.
To broadcast. Broadcast, broadcast.
To browbeat. Browbeat, browbeaten.
To browbeat. Browbeat, browbeaten.
To build. Built, built.
To build. Built, built.
To burn. Burnt, burnt.
To burn. Burnt, burnt.
To bust. Bust, bust.
To bust. Bust, bust.
To cling. Clung, clung.
To cling. Clung, clung.
To clothe. Clad, clad.
To clothe. Clad, clad.
To creep. Crept, crept.
To creep. Crept, crept.
To crossbreed. Crossbred, crossbred.
To crossbreed. Crossbred, crossbred.
To daydream. Daydreamt, daydreamt.
To daydream. Daydreamt, daydreamt.
To deal. Dealt, dealt.
To deal. Dealt, dealt.
To dig. Dug, dug.
To dig. Dug, dug.
To disprove. Disproved, disproven.
To disprove. Disproved, disproven.
To dive. Dove, dived.
To dive. Dove, dived.
To dream. Dreamt, dreamt.
To dream. Dreamt, dreamt.
To dwell. Dwelt, dwelt.
To dwell. Dwelt, dwelt.
To fit, be right size, fit, fit.
To fit, be right size. Fit, fit.
To flee. Fled, fled.
To flee. Fled, fled.
To fling. Flung, flung.
To fling. Flung, flung.
To forecast. Forecast, forecast.
To forecast. Forecast, forecast.
To forego, also forego, forewent, foregone.
To forego, also forego. Forewent, foregone.
To foresee. Foresaw, foreseen.
To foresee. Foresaw, foreseen.
To foretell. Foretold, foretold.
To foretell. Foretold, foretold.
To forsake. Forsook, forsaken.
To forsake. Forsook, forsaken.
To frostbite. Frostbit, frostbitten.
To frostbite. Frostbit, frostbitten.
To grind. Ground, ground.
To grind. Ground, ground.
To hand feed. Hand fed, hand fed.
To hand feed. Hand fed, hand fed.
To handwrite. Handwrote, handwritten.
To handwrite. Handwrote, handwritten.
To hang. Hung, hung.
To hang. Hung, hung.
To hew. Hewed, hewn.
To hew. Hewed, hewn.
To inbreed. Inbred, inbred.
To inbreed. Inbred, inbred.
To inlay. Inlaid, inlaid.
To inlay. Inlaid, inlaid.
To input. Input, input.
To input. Input, input.
To interbreed. Interbred, interbred.
To interbreed. Interbred, interbred.
To interweave. Interwove, interwoven.
To interweave. Interwove, interwoven.
To interwind. Interwound, interwound.
To interwind. Interwound, interwound.
To jerry build. Jerry built, jerry built.
To jerry build. Jerry built, jerry built.
To kneel. Knelt, knelt.
To kneel. Knelt, knelt.
To knit. Knit, knit.
To knit. Knit, knit.
To lay. Laid, laid.
To lay. Laid, laid.
To lead. Led, led.
To lead. Led, led.
To lean. Lent, lent.
To lean. Lent, lent.
To leap. Leapt, leapt.
To leap. Leapt, leapt.
To learn. Learnt, learnt.
To learn. Learnt, learnt.
To lend. Lent, lent.
To lend. Lent, lent.
To lie, not tell truth. Lied, lied.
To lie, not tell truth. Lied, lied.
To light. Lit, lit.
To light. Lit, lit.
To lip read. Lip read, lip read.
To lip read. Lip read, lip read.
To miscast. Miscast, miscast.
To miscast. Miscast, miscast.
To misdeal. Misdealt, misdealt.
To misdeal. Misdealt, misdealt.
To misdo. Misdid, misdone.
To misdo. Misdid, misdone.
To mishear. Misheard, misheard.
To mishear. Misheard, misheard.
To mislay. Mislaid, mislaid.
To mislay. Mislaid, mislaid.
To mislead. Misled, misled.
To mislead. Misled, misled.
To mislearn. Mislearnt, mislearnt.
To mislearn. Mislearnt, mislearnt.
To misread. Misread, misread.
To misread. Misread, misread.
To misset. Misset, misset.
To misset. Misset, misset.
To misspeak. Misspoke, misspoken.
To misspeak. Misspoke, misspoken.
To misspell. Misspelt, misspelt.
To misspell. Misspelt, misspelt.
To misspend. Misspent, misspent.
To misspend. Misspent, misspent.
To mistake. Mistook, mistaken.
To mistake. Mistook, mistaken.
To misteach. Mistaught, mistaught.
To misteach. Mistaught, mistaught.
To misunderstand. Misunderstood, misunderstood.
To misunderstand. Misunderstood, misunderstood.
To miswrite. Miswrote, miswritten.
To miswrite. Miswrote, miswritten.
To mow. Mowed, mown.
To mow. Mowed, mown.
To offset. Offset, offset.
To offset. Offset, offset.
To outbid. Outbid, outbid.
To outbid. Outbid, outbid.
To outbreed. Outbred, outbred.
To outbreed. Outbred, outbred.
To outdo. Outdid, outdone.
To outdo. Outdid, outdone.
To outdraw. Outdrew, outdrawn.
To outdraw. Outdrew, outdrawn.
To outdrink. Outdrank, outdrunk.
To outdrink. Outdrank, outdrunk.
To outdrive. Outdrove, outdriven.
To outdrive. Outdrove, outdriven.
To outfight. Outfought, outfought.
To outfight. Outfought, outfought.
To outfly. Outflew, outflown.
To outfly. Outflew, outflown.
To outgrow. Outgrew, outgrown.
To outgrow. Outgrew, outgrown.
To outleap. Outleapt, outleapt.
To outleap. Outleapt, outleapt.
To outly, not tell truth. Outlied, outlied.
To outly, not tell truth. Outlied, outlied.
To outride. Outrode, outridden.
To outride. Outrode, outridden.
To outrun. Outran, outrun.
To outrun. Outran, outrun.
To outsell. Outsold, outsold.
To outsell. Outsold, outsold.
To outshine. Outshone, outshone.
To outshine. Outshone, outshone.
To outshoot. Outshot, outshot.
To outshoot. Outshot, outshot.
To outsing. Outsang, outsung.
To outsing. Outsang, outsung.
To outsit. Outsat, outsat.
To outsit. Outsat, outsat.
To outsleep. Outslept, outslept.
To outsleep. Outslept, outslept.
To outsmell. Outsmelt, outsmelt.
To outsmell. Outsmelt, outsmelt.
To outspeak. Outspoke, outspoken.
To outspeak. Outspoke, outspoken.
To outspeed. Outsped, outsped.
To outspeed. Outsped, outsped.
To outspend. Outspent, outspent.
To outspend. Outspent, outspent.
To outswear. Outswore, outsworn.
To outswear. Outswore, outsworn.
To outswim. Outswam, outswum.
To outswim. Outswam, outswum.
To outthink. Outthought, outthought.
To outthink. Outthought, outthought.
To outthrow. Outthrew, outthrown.
To outthrow. Outthrew, outthrown.
To outright. Outwrote, outwritten.
To outright. Outwrote, outwritten.
To overbid. Overbid, overbid.
To overbid. Overbid, overbid.
To overbreed. Overbred, overbred.
To overbreed. Overbred, overbred.
To overbuild. Overbuilt, overbuilt.
To overbuild. Overbuilt, overbuilt.
To overbuy. Overbought, overbought.
To overbuy. Overbought, overbought.
To overcome. Overcame, overcome.
To overcome. Overcame, overcome.
To overdo. Overdid, overdone.
To overdo. Overdid, overdone.
To overdraw. Overdrew, overdrawn.
To overdraw. Overdrew, overdrawn.
To overdrink. Overdrank, overdrunk.
To overdrink. Overdrank, overdrunk.
To overeat. Overet, overeaten.
To overeat. Overet, overeaten.
To overfeed. Overfed, overfed.
To overfeed. Overfed, overfed.
To overhang. Overhung, overhung.
To overhang. Overhung, overhung.
To overhear. Overheard, overheard.
To overhear. Overheard, overheard.
To overlay. Overlaid, overlaid.
To overlay. Overlaid, overlaid.
To overpay. Overpaid, overpaid.
To overpay. Overpaid, overpaid.
To override. Overrode, overridden.
To override. Overrode, overridden.
To overrun. Overran, overrun.
To overrun. Overran, overrun.
To oversee. Oversaw, overseen.
To oversee. Oversaw, overseen.
To oversell. Oversold, oversold.
To oversell. Oversold, oversold.
To oversow. Oversowed, oversown.
To oversow. Oversowed, oversown.
To overshoot. Overshot, overshot.
To overshoot. Overshot, overshot.
To oversleep. Overslept, overslept.
To oversleep. Overslept, overslept.
To overspeak. Overspoke, overspoken.
To overspeak. Overspoke, overspoken.
To overspend. Overspent, overspent.
To overspend. Overspent, overspent.
To overspill. Overspilt, overspilt.
To overspill. Overspilt, overspilt.
To overtake. Overtook, overtaken.
To overtake. Overtook, overtaken.
To overthink. Overthought, overthought.
To overthink. Overthought, overthought.
To overthrow. Overthrew, overthrown.
To overthrow. Overthrew, overthrown.
To overwind. Overwound, overwound.
To overwind. Overwound, overwound.
To overwrite. Overwrote, overwritten.
To overwrite. Overwrote, overwritten.
To partake. Partook, partaken.
To partake. Partook, partaken.
To plead. Pled, pled.
To plead. Pled, pled.
To pre-build. Pre-built, pre-built.
To pre-build. Pre-built, pre-built.
To pre-do. Pre-did, pre-done.
To pre-do. Pre-did, pre-done.
To pre-make. Pre-made, pre-made.
To pre-make. Pre-made, pre-made.
To prepay. Prepaid, prepaid.
To prepay. Prepaid, prepaid.
To pre-sell.
Pre-sold, pre-sold.
To pre-sell. Pre-sold, pre-sold.
To preset.
Preset, preset.
To preset. Preset, preset.
To press rank.
Press rank, press rank.
To press rank. Press rank, press rank.
To proofread.
Proofread, proofread.
To proofread. Proofread, proofread.
To prove.
Proved, proven.
To prove. Proved, proven.
To quick freeze.
Quick froze, quick frozen.
To quick freeze. Quick froze, quick frozen.
To reawake.
Reawoke, reawoken.
To reawake. Reawoke, reawoken.
To rebid.
Rebid, rebid.
To rebid. Rebid, rebid.
To rebind. Rebound, rebound.
To rebind. Rebound, rebound.
To rebroadcast. Rebroadcast, rebroadcast.
To rebroadcast. Rebroadcast, rebroadcast.
To rebuild. Rebuilt, rebuilt.
To rebuild. Rebuilt, rebuilt.
To recast. Recast, recast.
To recast. Recast, recast.
To recut.
Recut, recut.
To recut. Recut, recut.
To redeal. Redealt, redealt.
To redeal. Redealt, redealt.
To redo.
Redid, redone.
To redo. Redid, redone.
To redraw.
Redrew, redrawn.
To redraw. Redrew, redrawn.
To refit, replace parts. Refit, refit.
To refit, replace parts. Refit, refit.
To regrind. Reground, reground.
To regrind. Reground, reground.
To regrow.
Regrew, regrown.
To regrow. Regrew, regrown.
To rehang.
Rehung, rehung.
To rehang. Rehung, rehung.
To rehear.
Reheard, reheard.
To rehear. Reheard, reheard.
To reknit.
Reknit, reknit.
To reknit. Reknit, reknit.
To relay, for example, tiles.
Relayed, relayed.
To relay, for example, tiles. Relayed, relayed.
To relay, pass along. Relayed, relayed.
To relay, pass along. Relayed, relayed.
To relearn. Relearnt, relearnt.
To relearn. Relearnt, relearnt.
To relight.
Relit, relit.
To relight. Relit, relit.
To remake.
Remade, remade.
To remake. Remade, remade.
To repay. Repaid, repaid.
To repay. Repaid, repaid.
To reread.
Reread, reread.
To reread. Reread, reread.
To rerun. Reran, rerun.
To rerun. Reran, rerun.
To resell.
Resold, resold.
To resell. Resold, resold.
To resend. Resent, resent.
To resend. Resent, resent.
To reset.
Reset, reset.
To reset. Reset, reset.
To resow. Resowed, resown.
To resow. Resowed, resown.
To retake.
Retook, retaken.
To retake. Retook, retaken.
To reteach. Retaught, retaught.
To reteach. Retaught, retaught.
To retear. Retour, retorn.
To retear. Retour, retorn.
To retell.
Retold, retold.
To retell. Retold, retold.
To rethink. Rethought, rethought.
To rethink. Rethought, rethought.
To retread.
Retrod, retrodden.
To retread. Retrod, retrodden.
To retrofit.
Retrofit, retrofit.
To retrofit. Retrofit, retrofit.
To rewake. Rewoke, rewaken.
To rewake. Rewoke, rewaken.
To rewear. Rewore, reworn.
To rewear. Rewore, reworn.
To reweave.
Rewove, rewoven.
To reweave. Rewove, rewoven.
To rude.
Rude, rude.
To rude. Rude, rude.
To rewet. Rewet, rewet.
To rewet. Rewet, rewet.
To rewin. Rewon, rewon.
To rewin. Rewon, rewon.
To rewind.
Rewound, rewound.
To rewind. Rewound, rewound.
To rewrite.
Rewrote, rewritten.
To rewrite. Rewrote, rewritten.
To roughcast. Roughcast, roughcast.
To roughcast. Roughcast, roughcast.
To sand cast.
Sand cast, sand cast.
To sand cast. Sand cast, sand cast.
To seek. Sought, sought.
To seek. Sought, sought.
To shave.
Shaved, shaven.
To shave. Shaved, shaven.
To shed. Shed, shed.
To shed. Shed, shed.
To shine. Shone, shone.
To shine. Shone, shone.
To shit.
Shit, shat.
To shit. Shit, shat.
To shoot. Shot, shot.
To shoot. Shot, shot.
To sight read. Sight read, sight read.
To sight read. Sight read, sight read.
To slay, amuse.
Slayed, slayed.
To slay, amuse, slayed, slayed.
To slay, kill.
Slew, slain.
To slay, kill. Slew, slain.
To slide. Slid, slid.
To slide. Slid, slid.
To sling.
Slung, slung.
To sling. Slung, slung.
To slink.
Slunk, slunk.
To slink. Slunk, slunk.
To smell. Smelt, smelt.
To smell. Smelt, smelt.
To sneak. Snuck, snuck.
To sneak. Snuck, snuck.
To speed. Sped, sped.
To speed. Sped, sped.
To spell. Spelt, spelt.
To spell. Spelt, spelt.
To spill.
Spilt, spilt.
To spill. Spilt, spilt.
To spin. Spun, spun.
To spin. Spun, spun.
To spit. Spat, spat.
To spit. Spat, spat.
To spoil.
Spoilt, spoilt.
To spoil. Spoilt, spoilt.
To spoon feed. Spoon fed, spoon fed.
To spoon feed. Spoon fed, spoon fed.
To stick.
Stuck, stuck.
To stick. Stuck, stuck.
To sting.
Stung, stung.
To sting. Stung, stung.
To strew. Strewed, strewn.
To strew. Strewed, strewn.
To strike, delete. Struck, stricken.
To strike, delete. Struck, stricken.
To string. Strung, strung.
To string. Strung, strung.
To sublet. Sublet, sublet.
To sublet. Sublet, sublet.
To sunburn. Sunburnt, sunburnt.
To sunburn. Sunburnt, sunburnt.
To sweat. Sweat, sweat.
To sweat. Sweat, sweat.
To sweep. Swept, swept.
To sweep. Swept, swept.
To swing. Swung, swung.
To swing. Swung, swung.
To telecast.
Telecast, telecast.
To telecast. Telecast, telecast.
To test drive.
Test drove, test driven.
To test drive. Test drove, test driven.
To test fly. Test flew, test flown.
To test fly. Test flew, test flown.
To thrust.
Thrust, thrust.
To thrust. Thrust, thrust.
To typecast. Typecast, typecast.
To typecast. Typecast, typecast.
To typeset. Typeset, typeset.
To typeset. Typeset, typeset.
To typewrite. Typewrote, typewritten.
To typewrite. Typewrote, typewritten.
To unbend. Unbent, unbent.
To unbend. Unbent, unbent.
To unbind. Unbound, unbound.
To unbind. Unbound, unbound.
To unclothe. Unclad, unclad.
To unclothe. Unclad, unclad.
To underbid. Underbid, underbid.
To underbid. Underbid, underbid.
To undercut. Undercut, undercut.
To undercut. Undercut, undercut.
To underfeed. Underfed, underfed.
To underfeed. Underfed, underfed.
To undergo. Underwent, undergone.
To undergo. Underwent, undergone.
To underlie. Underlay, underlain.
To underlie. Underlay, underlain.
To undersell.
Undersold, undersold.
To undersell. Undersold, undersold.
To underspend. Underspent, underspent.
To underspend. Underspent, underspent.
To undertake.
Undertook, undertaken.
To undertake. Undertook, undertaken.
To underwrite.
Underwrote, underwritten.
To underwrite. Underwrote, underwritten.
To undo. Undid, undone.
To undo. Undid, undone.
To unfreeze. Unfroze, unfrozen.
To unfreeze. Unfroze, unfrozen.
To unhang.
Unhung, unhung.
To unhang. Unhung, unhung.
To unhide. Unhid, unhidden.
To unhide. Unhid, unhidden.
To unknit. Unknit, unknit.
To unknit. Unknit, unknit.
To unlearn.
Unlearnt, unlearnt.
To unlearn. Unlearnt, unlearnt.
To unsow. Unsowed, unsown.
To unsow. Unsowed, unsown.
To unsling. Unslung, unslung.
To unsling. Unslung, unslung.
To unspin. Unspun, unspun.
To unspin. Unspun, unspun.
To unstick.
Unstuck, unstuck.
To unstick. Unstuck, unstuck.
To unstring. Unstrung, unstrung.
To unstring. Unstrung, unstrung.
To unweave.
Unwove, unwoven.
To unweave. Unwove, unwoven.
To unwind. Unwound, unwound.
To unwind. Unwound, unwound.
To uphold. Upheld, upheld.
To uphold. Upheld, upheld.
To upset. Upset, upset.
To upset. Upset, upset.
To waylay. Waylaid, waylaid.
To waylay. Waylaid, waylaid.
To wed.
Wed, wed.
To wed. Wed, wed.
To weep.
Wept, wept.
To weep. Wept, wept.
To wet. Wet, wet.
To wet. Wet, wet.
To wind.
Wound, wound.
To wind. Wound, wound.
To withdraw. Withdrew, withdrawn.
To withdraw. Withdrew, withdrawn.
To withhold. Withheld, withheld.
To withhold. Withheld, withheld.
To withstand. Withstood, withstood.
To withstand. Withstood, withstood.
To ring.
Rung, rung.
To ring. Rung, rung.
Thank you.